It is the greatest outdoor show in the world, and I am here with Kirk Sutherland's Chuck Wagon team, and we are going to interview their sponsors, Work Nicer, Cold Garden. We're going to interview the Pedal Pub, and you're going to see some back behind the scenes at the barns. You do not want to miss these episodes. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Kate Bullock. I'm down here behind the barns with Alex and with Dan, and they're from Work Nicer and Cold Garden. And I'm going to talk to Dan first. Cold Garden, you're not just your average brewery, you're a bit different. Tell me why.
We like to have fun first and foremost, and we think about the dollars way too late.
I love that. But the truth is you're building like a really cool community.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's by design and words, but you don't really know what that looks like until you're really trying to do something. And by virtue of trying to build parks and do random stuff like this with our pals in the hood, you end up building a community before you know it.
And so where can people find you?
Inglewood, not more than 5 minutes here from the grounds.
I love that. And on Mondays, you do something cool.
Oh, Crafty Mondays. We are a bit of a DIY joint, so if you're into crafts, come to Crafty Mondays at Cold Garden.
I totally love crafting, so I was like, ooh!
Yeah.
And I can bring my kids because it's kid-friendly, dog-friendly.
Yeah, most importantly, dog-friendly, yeah.
Right? So bring all of your babies, fur babies, mostly. But you did this, and tell me what inspired you to make such a unique tarp for Captain Kirk here.
We just wanted to make a bit of a splash on the scene. It doesn't really stand to reason why Work Nicer, Pedal Pub, and Cold Garden collaborated on one of the biggest legends in the sport, Kirk Sutherland. It's a bit of a wow moment, and a bit more of a wow moment when nobody here in the scene has ever heard of us, right? And so it's a bit of like, it has to do with that, I think. We wanted, to make a bit of a splash on the design as well. And it was just Work Nicer person and a Cold Garden know me, hanging out in a pedal pub, ripping down the dirt. It was about a 10-minute meeting before we figured that one out.
I love it. You're creating great things and great communities. So this is really cool, giving a tribute, like you said, to the legend himself, Kirk Sutherland. Okay, tell me, how did you meet Alex from Work Nicer?
There's probably a few versions to this story, and the one we'll put on air is Alex moved in right down the street from Cold Garden in a beautiful old building in Ramsey, and we've been fast friends ever since.
All right, what's your version?
I love that. I would say that's somewhat true. That's how Dan and Alex met, I would say. But my experience with Cold Garden as Work Nicer was a true testament to what community building is all about. We run an annual festival in Ramsey called Nicer Fest, and we just invite our friends to come and support the community, hang out. And Work Nicer, up until that moment, had never spent $1 at Cold Garden. And we called Cold Garden up and for some reason and said, hey, can we borrow your turf? And they brought it over to Nicer Fest, put it out there, didn't ask anything from us, didn't make us pay for it or anything. It's a true testament to what community building is all about. And the more time that we spend at Cold Garden, we realize that if Work Nicer were a brewery, it would probably be Cold Garden, because we are so focused, like Dan said, on having fun first and foremost, and we look at the dollars way too late. And so I think that's why, like you said, it's nonsensical on the surface for us to be collaborating, but at the end of the day, it's community building at its core and just putting the fun first and foremost and celebrating legends like Kirk Sutherland.
Entrepreneurs, as they're scaling, they need a place, they need an office space, or they just need a hot desk. How do they get to be part of this amazing community you've built?
Best way is just come by for a tour. You have to feel it. You have to experience it for yourself. Head to the website, worknicer.com, or at worknicer on all social media.
Go book your tour. Check it out. Just book your tour to check it out. It is a vibe, okay? We are going to see you on the racetracks. And I just want to say cheers to Kirk and to you guys for building such an amazing community.
Hey, Yahoo!
Cheers, Yahoo!
Captain Kirk.